Okay, we'll give everyone a second to get back on here. The frame was frozen, but god damn, this is a nice looking rig. Will everyone get on here? Now that Jasper shared it to every site around, he'll have to do it one more time. So we'll give guys a chance to get back on here.
Betcha.
Man, this is a beautiful rig. Okay, we start seeing some people showing up here. 3, 6 viewers. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. Hope you guys can see the video okay and hear us all right as well. Last night we did our first split screen podcast on Drillers Club Now. I loved it. I hope you guys did too. It was an awesome thing to do on a page and have you guys all chiming in. We are gonna check this rig out. It is a very nice rig there, Leonard. I took a tour on it with Dave a few weeks ago, and when he first took me on this rig, I thought this is something you guys need to see. So I mean, she's a big old girl. She's brand new, ready to rock, and Dave's gonna take us for a little jaunt through this place and see what you guys think. You guys want to check things out, let us know. So I don't know if you guys could hear at the beginning of the last video, but Dave was just explaining about the whole theory behind the naming of these rigs. Did you want to touch on it one more time there, Dave?
Sure, yeah. So as I was saying, the idea was taken from the World War II fighting planes and bombers. They would paint nose cone art on the bombers and then name the plane. The crew themselves would name the crane or the plane. Sorry. We took the idea to try and create a culture of ownership and belonging to the rig, you know, to foster it and make it their own. So the crews, as they built the rig, on the rig up and commissioning process, one of the main features they do is they come up with a name as a group. And so not only are they building the group, but they're building the rig at the same time. And yeah, like I said, this is the first lady in the pack. It's Athena.
Isn't that bad luck to have ladies in the pack there?
You know, it wasn't my choice, obviously. Like I said, the crews do it, but the girls can come out for sure. She's got big shoes to follow.
Can you guys see the image there well enough on the doghouse? So what we're going to do is we're going to go walking around here, Dave. What's the first place we're going to go check out on this?
So I think we'll start here at the bottom of the doghouse. Have a look at the festoon system. It's an umbilical system.
I've never seen anything like this before for an umbilical system.
So the idea behind it is the power, fiber optics, and hydraulics are all ran, as you can see, to the sub and to the main panel at the back of the doghouse. It allows us for easy rig in, rig out. It allows us to walk in any direction.
Up there you have the cords that all ran up from the umbilical, and that's what you're kind of talking about with the easy rig in and rig out.
Yeah, so it's a single lift that we use. It's a cable closet that the picker picks up and picks onto the doghouse and latches in place. So all the cable ends are right there, and then it's just a short run to plug them in. A one-man job versus trying to fish cords all the way across buildings and all the way up through.
So the crane or the picker will lift that right up on the side of the doghouse there, hook it into place type of thing, and then the guy just do a short run to pull the cords and to plug them in. That's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I remember pulling cords for miles and miles and made the rig up a lot longer than it needed to be. Is that kind of one of your focuses, is making it easier for the guys? Because that's what I've noticed looking around this rig here.
So obviously in a cost-sensitive market, we're trying to make ourselves as efficient as possible, and flat time, dead time is the time that, you know, is really focused on. If you're not drilling, you're not making hole, then you're not moving forward, right? Yeah, rig up is a major standpoint that we focused on as a group.
Kenneth writes here, seems like a lot of weight on those lines. Looks like we got a few trolleys on here, right?
Right, yeah. So it's an engineered system. Each beam is allotted to have 6 trolleys on it at a time. And the beam extensions here, if you can see along the side, extends out as far as you want. So as you stretch, you can continue on. It's actually really, really easy to, I don't know if I really want to be in the picture, but I'll show you. So it's really easy to move. I mean, it's a simple system that manhandles into place, slides in and out. We see something similar to it in the southern rigs, comes out of the U.S. There's some ideas there like that. It's starting to kind of catch on around here.
Jason writes, I hate the cable tray. I remember laying in those things pulling monster rotary cables, cords, and all your Drawworks cords. Look at the frickin' cable in here, guys.
There's nothing like a nasty cable tray or grasshopper, you know, guys working way above head. And it's a limiting factor this way. As long as you can put the beam out, you can go in any direction that you need. The rig has a 360 capability, so we've rigged it up in configurations, T's, L's, to fit into tight spaces.
What are all these brackets?
So each one of those is another stand. If you look back on the main thing, there's the system compiles of a beam and then two stands cross-membered on.
So the more you want to extend it out, you just pull those frames out, attach your beams, and how far out can you go? Long ways?
So our currently the furthest we went is 275 feet. I have we upgraded the power and hydraulics so that we could do an extension piece if we wanted and continue on without pressure or without power loss.
That is amazing.
Which is future thinking. I mean, as the pad configuration grows, people are going to want to drill further and further and further, right?
So say you get out there, you're out freaking 265, 75 feet. It looks to me like you got these cables here, you got your nice little connections. So if you blow a hose, you're not replacing 400 million miles of hose or power line, right?
Correct.
Power cable.
Yeah. So the power cables and the fibers themselves are a single run for the simple fact that connections are a dangerous place. It's a failure point, and more failure points means weakness.
Yeah.
Hydraulic hoses themselves, though, tend to wear a lot more.
Right.
One of the features that makes the festoon real handy is the fact that each cable is separated, so you can get at each one anytime you need it. It's actually
See, like right here, guys, you just pull that pin out, right? Slide your cables out. I don't know if you guys have been up in the service loop where you got those capture clamps and you're fucking pulling them apart and you got all these cables, you're sorting them through. You know, failure is going to happen with these hoses and stuff over time. So, I mean, the easier it is for these guys to get in there and change it, the better. Give me a thumbs up if you guys agree. Can you guys hear us okay? Does the video look okay? If it is, thumbs up or just let me know. But we're going to start moving on. Where's our next place of interest here? It is a nice umbilical, I must say. That's how my old rig was there, drill rights. Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. This is quite a treat here, and I have to thank Dave and the folks at Citadel for allowing us to see this tour.
So, to our left is a boiler. It's pretty simple piece of equipment. 125 horsepower boiler. It's all pre-plumbed with nat gas, so it is nat gas and diesel ready. We are working with operators now that are running CAN gas as well as fuel gas. So it's brand new, obviously.
You know, a lot of companies I know on the rig I'm currently on, we're paying a lot of money for upgrades to the natural gas system on the rig. So I mean, if a rig comes with natural gas already included, all the guys got to do is rig in a pipeline and you're ready to rock and roll. So I mean, that's not bad at all.
On this side here, we have water tank, fuel tank combination.
Look at this, guys. What do you see there? A little walkway, you know, so you can get up on things.
Yeah, the simple things like having to do up a hammer union, putting a folding walkway in place makes life a lot easier for guys. You're not working off ladders.
Yeah, climbing around there, monkeying around, having to grab ladders or whatever. There's your walkway right there.
When you're building from a clean slate, you have the ability to put in the things that you need without having to rectify and fix and modify as you go, right?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of rigs come from different build yards, and they come as a cookie cutter rig. And then when you wanted your modifications to it, it never comes as an extra. You always have to try to do them out in the field when it's too late, right?
So this is just a pump room. Fuel pumps, water pumps, spill containment, lip on the floor there.
Those are important for you don't want to have no spills, boys. Got the fuel here.
And a hose to fill the loader.
There we go, or the slip tanks, right? Because nobody ever does that.
That's right.
No, I must say, when Dave originally took me on this tour, the thing that got me the most was just the user friendliness for the rig hands working on it. I mean, you guys know what it's like rigging up a rig and how much of a pain in the ass can be. And now that the oil companies are pushing harder and harder, it just makes sense to make it easier on the guys, right? So where are we right now, Dave?
So we are on top of the fuel tank. It's a 50,000 liter TC44 fuel tank and water tank combination in an effort to keep loads at a usable amount. We've split the tanks, and it's the outlook of the rig itself. You can get across the entire complex from this point. It's easy access.
Oh, yeah, say the walkway right there in between where you can just go across and
each one has a walkway. Easy access, and it just eliminates that. Well, maybe I'll just go up there quick without a belt kind of situation.
No doubt.
You know, you have it handrailed off. You have it an easy place to get to, and makes things a lot easier for everyone.
What do you mean? Nobody ever goes on the roof without a belt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I love the colors. What do you guys think of the colors? If you enjoy the colors of this rig and the layout of it, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you share this. Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. All checker plate up here, no slips. And then we got the generator houses here. Is that what we're looking at?
So we are on top of the VFD house right now, and the 3 generators next to us, next to the complex. 2 pumps, spacer, and then the festoon. So if you actually come over here, you see BOP.
Okay, I just had a little bit of a connection break there. Go ahead there, Dave. Sorry.
Everything becomes a short run. This is your BOP lines.
Yeah.
Ran to your festoon. Your festoon becomes just an extension cord, right?
Right.
So you tie in from your VFD building in directly, short run, and then the same thing if you look along here between the pump houses. In just 2 different tie-in points.
Right, see down there, guys, the cords where they're just jumping in there. So all these short runs, you're not running a million miles of cords, and definitely helps with the rig up time and also troubleshooting, right?
Yeah, and it eliminates the need, like we said before, to stretch things out over top of every building.
Well, it looks a lot cleaner too, right? Like I've seen accumulator lines laying on top of the building roofs, and I mean scrubbing around those bad boys really sucks, and I think you guys agree as well.
A clean rig's a safe rig.
A clean rig is a safe rig. Well put. I'm digging the handrails. I mean, some companies they need to think about this stuff when they're building them, is to get those up, because the guys, there is a will, there is a way. So we're heading back downstairs. One thing I did notice, you guys can still hear us okay? We're seeing how these new mics work, and I hope everything's going all right and the picture's good. When we were walking along here earlier, you were showing me these mats here. They're interlocking. These have double layer type of thing, right?
So these ones are CLT mat, cross laminate mat. They are ran and laminated together. You can actually see some in the build process. Some of the glue has come out. It's to lighten the mat up, to give it some strength and ability to flex and come back into play without just pushing the beams out.
Yeah, like I mean, I've used mats with the walking rigs, and they get crushed into a horseshoe, and you got to flip them back over and try to bend them back, and they never bend back the same way.
Yeah, so they come as a coupon pre-built, and then you obviously have to get the framing. The matting company puts the framing in, and so this room has a fair bit of.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go into which room are we here?
This is the VFD.
So we might lose a little bit of service here, but we'll see what we can do. So if we do start losing, don't go away. Just stay tuned, all right?
Okay, so we have monitors, all of our generator bays, highline power ability. So
where's that? Oh yeah, that's nice.
So you can tie directly in the power line if you want. The rig's populated with 4 generator bays. It has 3 generators on it. The 4th one is a redundancy, possible later add-on if ever need be.
Yeah, she is nice in here.
And the drives, MCC, and a whole lot of air conditioning.
Yeah, she's hot in here right now. Look out for that sleeping motor hand there, Cody writes. What are we, guys? We're 8 o'clock on a Friday night. Dave has volunteered to stay back and show us. Look at this. What we got here? Look at the customization. Hey, there's some pride right there, boys. Where are we now?
So we are in the generator complex. Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Like I said, the 4th wall is removable, and you can put a 4th generator in directly in if you need. Not something that obviously we've ever run into, but who knows where the world's going to take us, and the industry is pushing. So why not be prepared? Those are the yellow lines you see are the nat gas lines. So the generators are all pre-plumbed from factory, from CAT, with dynamic gas blending kits. The blending ability is 70-30, so 70% gas, 30% diesel, which is pretty high content. Effectively, it knocks down costs.
Oh, I mean, like I was saying earlier, we just spent days and days and unorganized trying to get, just looking at 3512, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at.
Yeah, 3512.
3512, so clean, so fresh, so clean, Chris writes. Yeah, I mean, this natural gas and getting rigs set up for that is probably going to be one of the more, the higher cost savings, you know what I mean? Running rigs strictly on diesel, when you guys are punching holes and the oil companies have all the pipelines set up already, why the frick not get that natural gas rigged up on the rig and she's ready to go, right?
Right. So we opted to go with industrial grade mufflers. That's why they're inside the building. They get warm, but they don't get hot. You can touch them when the generators are wide open running.
I've never seen anything like that before. Mine were just rusted out boxes on the top of the roof here, but these look.
So
sweet.
yeah, they're pretty good.
Looks good too.
Looks good for sure.
We got spill containment in here as well.
Every building has spill containment in it. 100% seal welded so that there is no external leaks. Power cords, like we were talking about the trays earlier, we tried to do our best to leave the trays all open-ended on the sides so you can run the cords and then put them up after the fact.
Yeah. So what? I'm 6 feet here, and I'm able to reach the top of these cable trays without a ladder. And I mean, so here we got, which generator is this one over here, Dave? This is
That's Gen 3.
Gen 3. We got the run coming out, rips up along here, and that's where you plug it in right there?
Yeah, you bet. So everything just ties in and then you flip her over top.
That's a hell of a deal, hey? What do you guys think of this so far? Are we doing all right showing you around? I don't know if the echo's too bad in here, but she's beautiful and clean in here. Danny writes, I like the dual fuel setup. Never seen one done in Canada yet. Where are you guys running the dual fuel down overseas in the States? What is this in here?
So we have the accumulator. It is quite a unit. It's got 21 bottles.
Big son bitch, I think. Looks nice and fucking clean too. Where's all the oil filter or the oil diapers laying there? Just okay. Never seen that, have you guys?
21 bottles. The reservoir capacity is 531 US gallons, 2,011 liters. So it's built for overkill. It's built. It could run a 17-inch, 10,000 pound BOP. The idea is you won't have to come in and modify and try and add on. As we said, with rotating heads, managed pressure drilling, and with all the other things that come
shear rams,
and go
all that
as
good stuff.
we continue. Yeah, it's pre-populated with shear rams, PLC driven. It is API monogram, so it is a full API license. It's pretty good unit.
Yeah, Jasper writes, badass Kumi. She fucking is, boys. And it's so clean. You got your beam over top to pull your pumps and your electric motors, sorry.
So we did put certified engineered beams over top of anything that we would have to lift or move.
James writes, would be a privilege to drill on such a fine piece of equipment. You guys haven't even seen the rig floor yet. That thing is amazing. So we're saving the best for last, even though this is pretty sick down here. Stay tuned, and we're going to show you the best for last, which will be probably the rig floor and the doghouse, eh?
So we have a cold start and our gas tie-in with e-stop and LEL kills. So, like I said, the operators we have been working with currently are using both canned gas and field gas. It's just good to make sure you protect your equipment.
What's this thing called again?
So that's an e-stop. That's it shuts her down if there's any issues.
Pressure drop in their line or whatever in case one of those.
You betcha. And
Rammy
it's
Derrick.
on an LEL system that'll kill gas to the rig. So the thing about the VGB is the instantaneous switch from that gas to diesel. There's no lag. There's no power drop. It's instantaneous. So
Nice.
it's a protection feature.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've seen these guys rigging up the natural gas on these generators, 3512s to be exact, and it is a timely process. Like all this stuff here, from what I'm seeing, isn't something that you just slap on and ready to rock. It seems like it's a lot of programming and setting solenoids and all that kind of stuff, and especially when the system goes down to have that quick flip over to go back to normal diesel. It's definitely very important, right?
Right, you can't have the rig blacking out when you're on bottom.
No, not at all. So what we got here, Dave?
Just tool house, oil storage.
Just a little tool house,
Yeah.
beautiful air compressor. All the tools are in. Oh, we're missing a few, but that must be that sleeping motor hand, hey?
We did rig up, yeah. They're probably up in the other tool house, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We opted to put one air compressor down here, screw type air compressor, and another one on the rig floor, so there's no need to run air back and forth from the complex to the rig.
Nice.
As you stretch out, it just creates issues, especially in the Canadian winters.
Yeah, you get condensation in your lines, freezing up your lines.
Methanol, yeah.
So I don't see the filter boxes laying all over the top of everything. You guys put those somewhere, I take it, or what?
Yeah, so we actually took time and made sure that the cupboards we had built fit the filters properly. Like, with the CAT air filters are huge. They've been the same size since the 512 came out.
Yeah.
Why not build something exact so there is an exact place to put it and you're not guessing all the time and not just lying around?
No shit.
Organization, cleanliness is a big thing. Like I said, when you start fresh and you start new, you have the ability to do all that.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if somebody can give me the part number off that 3512 air filter. Used to have that memorized in my head once upon a time.
I got the oil one going through my head right now, actually.
Okay, you guys want to see this? I went and seen this the first time. We're going to show you guys the mixing shack for the dairy cans. I've never seen one with this many valves. Don't be afraid, but here she is. Da, da, da. How many do you count there? Fucking 15, 20? That looks good. What do we got going on in here, Dave?
So we have a Vortex hopper.
Shit, you guys.
It's pre-plumbed to have bulk barite on. You see there's a doorway on the other side there. You tie your bulk barite directly into it.
Right in there, boys.
On the Vic clamp. It's part of a shearing system. That little turbo looking thing.
This looks like the turbo they stole off my truck the other day.
helps shear the mud and get it into shape quicker while you're mixing in the tank. Another part of the shearing system is there's nozzles on all the guns that actually suck and push at the same time to double your output.
Cody writes turbocharged. Look at the, what do you fucking, holy shit. You guys see all these valves in here?
So we use two of them as mixed pumps and two of them as prechargers. Any configuration, the reason for all the valves is you want to be able to go from anywhere in your tanks, back and forth. You know how it is, right? You can never have too many lines. It's like building a garage. Your garage can never be big enough.
That's right. It's unfortunate when you're limited to what you can do by how the mud tanks were initially designed, right? And to have these right out of the gate. What do we got here? We got some hydraulic hoses, I'm thinking, for...
Yeah, hydraulic roofs. So there's a hydraulic system that lifts off the loader and lift the roofs on the tanks themselves.
So that means that we can lift these roofs before we even get these tanks into place or whatever we want to do, or we don't need a crane or picker to do that, right?
You bet. We put a hydraulic pump and its own reservoir in the mix shack so that there isn't any cross-contamination between the loader or any type of piece of equipment that you tie into it. And you just run her from right there.
Oh yeah, right out of danger here. We got the roof. Flipper on up. Can you guys see this okay? If you guys are digging this podcast and the tour that we're doing, you can hear us okay, give those thumbs up and don't forget to share this. We got 285 viewers right now, and it's a pleasure to be here on this tour. It's a pleasure to have you all here with us for this as well on a Friday night on Drillers Club Now. Where are we now, Dave?
So we're on the main mud tanks. Main mud tank system has 270 cubes or 1,698 barrels.
There we go.
It's enclosed. The idea behind the enclosed mud tank is to keep fumes down. Obviously, to drill with the invert or other materials or other fluids like that creates a lot of vapor.
You guys know what that's like, right? Sitting on these tanks, fucking dying each a little bit every day.
So I think most companies these days have an exposure limit plan that ties to wearing masks and respirators as much as possible after 15 minutes, most of them. The idea is to simply try and keep not only fumes down. I think it started a long time ago with centrifuges. They were plumbing the exhaust off centrifuges off into the other direction, and it started to keep the rig clean. Does the same thing for the mud tanks. I got a lot of hums there.
No, it's all good, man. This is beautiful. You guys know what it's like. Stand on the tanks there. Now these bigger oil companies are like, You guys got to start wearing your respirators or masks. And who wants to wear a respirator or mask for fucking 12 hours a day? Because I know you guys don't go for smokes or anything like that either, right?
So we coated the mud tanks with a white plastic coating to allow us to see into them better.
I'm gonna try to drop my phone down here and show these guys inside. You guys see in there all right? Echo!
You can see the gun there.
See that gun there, guys?
That's one of the shear nozzles. It sucks in from the back of the gun and pushes out the front to add to the pressure.
Right, so when it recirculates, like it sprays out the end and then it comes back in the backside and kind of
doubles the output so that it helps shear the mud quicker than.
Wow. You know, when you guys are trying to get your weight up or get your vis up, these things are helping, right? I've seen in the past we had poly shears and stuff like that too. That ran in our line, right?
In your gun line. Same concept, just this way it's on every gun.
Okay, what do we got here? Robert Collins writes in, this makes me homesick. Jordan writes, keep the underside of the roof clean too. Yeah, with those fumes, look at, she's pretty clean right now, Dave. Eh? It's working real good.
You know, the first time I actually went and visited the rig after it's been operating for a while, rig one, in the wintertime with prefabs around, I was super impressed with how clean it does keep it. The guys are busy, you know, things are moving faster. Pad drilling, we're really beating them down, you know, and anytime that we can give them back to focus on being a service provider and drilling a hole for a oil company is the time that they need, right?
Right. Adam writes, good looking mud tanks. It will never be that clean again. Haha, not what Dave just said. Jesse says, the pits look like a dream to work on. I think I'd be pretty fucking happy working up here, boys. How many rigs you got working, how many rigs you have there, Dave?
So we have 6. 3 of them are working now. So we're at 50% utilization. We were lucky enough in today's market, in today's industry, we kept at 100% utilization all throughout 2015. 2016 slowed us down a little bit. We were able to keep going though. We're judging along. Things are going good. Seems to be a slowly move. I think industry now is at about 15.5% in Canada, so starting to go in the right direction. Yeah. There's 105 rigs, I think, operating right now. So,
2 things I see here, Dave. I see stairs going down from the mud tanks. We have little mic issues here, and I see stairs coming down from here. You guys know what it's like when you want to get down to that spot there, and you have to run all the way down to the end and come back down. Give me a thumbs up if you know the pain of not having the stairs where you need them. I see 2 sets of stairs right here. Plus, we got another one going. We got anyone over there?
No, that's just a walk around.
Walk around there. So we got the walk around to come down here. And also at both ends, one down there and then one over here as well. Another thing I see that you showed me on the first tour is this ventilation system.
So because we put enclosed tanks in, we had to try and create some kind of air movement. We put a negative mist extraction system in is what we're coining it as.
Okay.
So it
How does this work?
There's a tube, think of a slotted liner, ran down the inside of the tank all the way down. It joins up with these tubes that are sucking off of the shakers, and they all come together and go into the suction fan. The suction fan, not unlike a mixing shack fan, continually sucks.
Got your little squirrel cage there type of thing, right?
Yeah, brings it through this small degasser system, knocks it out.
Right, so we're spinning inside of here.
Right.
And then it shoots into this
knocks
degasser?
It out, yeah, you betcha. Knocks out this little degasser system. The degasser system is plumbed out, and then you put it into your shale bin. So you're sucking off any excess fume that comes off the shakers, out of the tanks, and put it into the shale. It's just eliminates another thing. WorkSafe BC, nobody in Canada anyway, is able to pass air quality test on a mud tank.
Right.
This maybe isn't the perfect answer, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. We're working towards making it better for our people at the end of the day. Like we said, if you don't have to wear your mask all day and you're keeping people healthy.
Definitely. I mean, this here being enclosed, it's a lot better than the shaker screens or the poly we put on top of our shakers to try to hold those fumes down.
You bet, yeah. So
what do we got here, Dave?
So these are a Derrick Hyperpool. They're a pool shaker. They use a pyramid screen. They we have 2 on the main mud system, and then directly next to us because of the size of the location is the scalping tank. We have 2 more. So this is the second set that the drilling fluid goes over before it goes back into the mud system.
Right. So for those people that aren't familiar, this is a walking rig where we have our stationary complex that stays all here, and then we have a scalping tank / transfer tank over there that walks with the rig. So our initial shakers are going to be coming over there, shipping the fluid back to our complex shakers here.
So conceptually, you can screen up here and have really fine screens,
Yep.
and take out a second finer cutting. So you never get any real shale or well cuttings from here. You're taking out.
Yeah, I'm liking this. This looks real good. You guys like this this view of the tanks? Who wants to work Derek on these things, eh? Okay, so we've checked out the mud tanks. We've checked out the mix shack. We've also taken a look at the accumulator, the generators.
We should probably head into the pump house, I think.
Pump house.
Pump house. So the rig is 7,500 psi.
7,500.
It's got API standpipe, so it's a true 7,500 psi standpipe. There's quite a bit to the welding procedure to make sure that it is true.
Okay, so what do we got here? We got the line running from the pump house.
This is the hard line running to the pump house. Now, because we went with the festoon system, we have add-in pieces that we put as we walk.
Right.
And then a hose that would come off the back of the sub there.
Yeah.
A kicker hose down, dropped up.
So you just have sections that you just kind of add in the further out you get.
Yeah, and make them in a manageable piece so that you're not killing yourself trying to get some pieces in.
Shane writes, Citadel knows how to build a rig, hand-friendly and an operator's dream. That's a nice little comment there, Dave.
That is good, yeah.
Nice matting here. Is this something that's typical on most rigs? There's no point to have this matting here, is there?
Yes and no. I mean, no, you don't really need it, but it definitely allots for cleanliness of the rig. It makes life easier. You've got a nice courtyard if you need to put anything down.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's you're not tracking mud all around the rig. For the initial investment as a company, it makes sense.
Definitely. I've seen on lots of doubles where, you step off that matting and you're in no man's land, you know, so the more matting, the better.
Okay, so this is the pump hoses.
Should we go in here, guys? Check it out. Give us a like if you're enjoying the tour so far. It's Friday night and we're up in Nisku showing you guys the rig where you guys are all having beers and probably through Ryan Cokes, I'm sure, too.
Just like the other buildings, there is spill containment and throughout the building.
This looks different. These pumps look different from what I'm normally seeing in the past.
So these are a White Star Quattro. It's a 4-cylinder pump.
Yes,
They
okay.
are a really bad pump.
They are a Quattro, so we've got 4 liners, 4 suctions, 4 discharges.
The idea behind a Quattro 4-cylinder pump is
These bad boys, you guys.
a steady revolution of the heads. You don't have that third one with the fourth one in there. Your stop gap in between is shorter, so
Yeah.
you're getting the pulsation is better. Hence why there's just 2 little pulsation dampeners on.
Yeah.
One for each double cylinder. So they are 2450. An example is so a 5-inch liner is good for 7,500 psi, and one of the pumps will pump 1.8 cubes, or about 399 gallons, I guess is what. And they are a 145 stroke pump.
145 stroke pump. So like the pumps that I'm used to pumping with are getting up to like maybe 3.5, 3.6. We can go to like what, 5?
So this one with 6-inch liners, still good for 5,300 psi, and each pump is good for 2.6 cubes.
Amazing. These are some nice looking pumps. How are they to work on? You guys have them on the other rigs or just?
Yeah, so I guess as a company, all our rigs, the back ends, like I said earlier on in the podcast, all our rigs are very similar. We have 2 styles. We have a TAC 1 and a TAC 2. The only difference between the rigs is the sub, mast, and drawworks. The back ends are completely the same. We have 2 White Stars in every one. We have the exact same mud tanks, exact same scalping tank.
Joshua writes, love those pop-offs, quick and easy and quick change. You guys seen these pop-off valves before, eh? I didn't see these two a few years ago, but you know, you got your nail, and correct me if I'm wrong, but your pressure starts getting high and it bends this nail.
Correct.
And it's just a simple change of putting in the rated pop valve for that, for whatever pressure you want, right?
Yep, you bet.
Yeah, you're right there. That is Joshua writes, I love those pop-offs. I'll give you a like for that one. James Holder writes, oh my God.
So they have, obviously it being an AC triple, it has abilities in the programming to limiting, pump limiting factors and things like that in the program that help, but it doesn't hurt to have some extra high-end equipment there to help you out.
Definitely. I mean, if something goes wrong in wiring, which never ever happens, it's kind of nice to know that you have a manual feature to back you up, right?
So we took the same concept with the power cords and tried to just make it as easy as possible. That's your rigging for your pump house right there.
Wow. I remember like took four guys in a red-headed step chow to rig up our power cords to the
6
pumps.
feet of cord, plug them in, and
Look at that, guys. What, this little gap here?
that's it. Yeah, everything
it.
else stays, right? So it's just that little gap, and you're good to go.
So we just pull those out, time off, whatever you want to do, ready to rock.
Yeah, you bet.
What is this right here?
So this is a jog switch. It is a very low RPM switch that turns the pump over. So you can change heads and liners.
So you don't need the snipe and the flywheel.
Yeah. So,
and
I mean, historically, there's probably been way too many times that anyone will admit, but that they've even betracked that somebody's left the snipe on or left the wrench on, and somebody's got it, or
I've heard about that.
or went through walls, or this is just a way to limit that. There's no hands-on needed.
Somebody just commented earlier, those are what are they, Amerimex?
Amerimex 2400. Yeah.
Yeah, watch for overhead heating issues on the Amerimex, Stefan writes in.
So we've had, this is a 6 rig. We have been in a Duvernay play with high pressure, and actually have had zero issue. We've been very, very impressed with how much jam they have and how well they do. We have.
What is up with a tool board in the pump house right by the pumps where you need it?
Yeah, so we
right?
put a tool board, a vacuum, and dragon heater wash gun in the pump house.
Where's that dragon heater? Right over here.
There, yeah.
You guys seen this thing run before? You inject the steam and the water, and you got yourself instant hot seat. Hope you guys have seen that.
Just to make life easier, as well, because we put the extra generator bays in the VFD, we had to add some electrical into the spacer building. We decided to put all the lockouts and main MCC for the pumps in this building here, so that it's right here when you're working on it.
Well, look at this, guys. So if something goes wrong with the pump, instead of running up to the SCR or wherever it may be, you guys can just come right in here and lock them out, right? So you know the guys are actually going to be doing shit a little safer too, right?
And then the PLC to run everything.
Nice. All in. This is your spacer building here?
This is spacer building here, yeah, you betcha. So this ties directly in. We looked at where it tied into the festoon.
Yeah.
That is that power box right there.
Right.
Short run in the
And it jumps over into there.
Went, yeah, off the roof when we looked there. That's
Perfect.
Yeah, you betcha.
Awesome. Yeah, these are some clean looking pumps. You guys ever worked on these, what do you call it, quad pumps?
Quattros, yeah.
Quattros. You guys ever seen anything like this before? Or is this kind of a offshore type of thing? Sean writes in, I love log remote switch. Sean Berg just joined in. Hey, Sean. Just finished surface hole with Citadel 2, pumping 3.5 with those pumps. Never skipped a beat, Frank Jasperson wrote.
Good.
Frank's an old driller I used to work with. Good to see you, Frank. Yeah, what do you guys got? Any questions while we're in the pump house here? We'll show you around a little bit more. It's got some nice iron up high there. What do you call those things there?
Overhead trolleys.
Overhead trolleys.
So, yeah, full 7,500 PSI. There's some magic to the pump.
Yeah.
The pump design holds the module in instead of being bolted on the outside of the pump. It allows for a lighter, stronger product.
Yeah.
Then a simple 4-bolt manifold and 2 super bolt system bolted out, so the modules can be changed out really easy.
Look at that shit. What the fuck is up with that? I've never seen that before.
So you put the end result to torque that module in is 60 foot-pounds of torque and then you go all the way around like a tire,
Yeah.
and it sucks it in, torques it in. Yeah, it's very impressive.
Unreal.
So no need for huge impacts and crazy shit.
And guys slipping off of wrenches and hurt themselves, and then they need to go see the medic, and life sucks.
Right. The idea is to keep everybody happy, healthy, and safe, right?
That's right. Got a nice little pop valve pin chart, thing that mysteriously vanishes, and guys are just relying on their tally books. You guys hear us okay? How's the tour going so far? Don't know how we're sounding, so if you guys can give us a thumbs up. Hello, Justin from Wyoming. Good to see you. We got Jeff Hoffman. I built that rig. And what else we got? Still listening to it with an open-end wrench. So where are we off to next, Dave?
So we can go into the sub, or we can go into the scalping tank.
Where do you guys want to go? Do you want to go check out the substructure, or do you want to go check out the scalping tank? I'll let you guys decide which way you want to go. Which way to go? The sub up in there, Dave?
Yeah. We can get in either way. We put multiple access points. So maybe we're just as well off to go up this way.
Okay.
Just something to point out, something simple like putting a landing where you plug power cords in so you can get in and work. That's all that doorway is.
Alonzo wants to see those the pumps again. Well, Alonzo, you have to watch us over again because we are on a time restraint budget here where we can only check out so many things at once. Everyone's telling sub. Seller, sub. Should we do what the people want there, Dave?
Let's do it. Okay, so this is a sub, obviously. The system, like we said, is a walking rig. It grabs the tank, manifold, and degasser at the same time and walks with it all in one run.
Can you guys see that little key up there? So that when the rig lifts up, it grabs this whole...
Yeah, it grabs everything. So you pump out the system, because it's just a transfer system, back to the main tanks, and away you go. Maybe we'll walk around the side, and I'll show you the front quick, and then we'll go through the...
How deep you all drill in there, Wayne asks?
So depending on the play, but TVD usually is only between 3 and 3,500 meters.
Yeah.
And horizontals, depending on the operator, they can easily double that. 6,500 meters.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Does it walk with the BOP or is it on a separate Wrangler? Well, guys, we're going to go inside and check out the sub. We're going to save the floor for last. I don't know if you guys can still hear us. So let us know if the audio dies or something like that. I got batteries back at the truck.
So it is done, and we are prepared to go to work one day. So this is just the top drive carrier.
Yeah.
We bring that up to the rig floor and set the top drive in it and leave it there for when it's time to crane off.
Look at this bad boy.
I wanted to point out the drill line spool there on the toe. It is part of the walking system as well, so it's always right there.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a few rigs where you have to take the drill line off and when you want to walk it or whatever. So I mean, that's nice to have. You don't have to take unstring the blocks or do shit like that, right?
Absolutely. It's makes anything you can do to make it more efficient and effective. You're making yourself better, right? And the idea is to continually improve and get better at what you do.
Look, you got little windows there for the roughneck that's stuck in the sub there scrubbing, hey?
Having a go over for sure.
Maybe we'll find that sleeping motor hand, hey?
So yeah, let's go around. There's a side door we'll go through.
What size of drill line you got there, Dave? Someone asked.
So it is an 1 3/8 drill line.
Okay, I seen one thing here too. We'll hit her when we get on that scalping tank. Just look like some tensioner cables to allow you to pick it up straight when you start walking with it.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, it's just to assist with height.
Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to walk into the substructure on Citadel Rig 6.
So this is the bottom box.
So we got box on box.
Doghouse side, box on box, you bet. It's a Cameron, the box on box rig comes with a Cameron 13 5/8 5 Type U with PBRs, blind rams, and an annular. Pretty.
Wow, she's pretty sparkling in here.
Pretty basic stack configuration for Canada, I would think. One of the things we do is we trying to build a culture and trying to build a better place for people to be. We do simple things like add hydraulic wrench pack to the rig
Look at that,
package.
guys. Hydraulic wrench pack for the boys to nipple up and give them a hand, right? Also, look at this here. We got some ratchet straps, the big strong ones, going there to level and straighten out your BOPs, hey?
Yes.
So instead of jumping up on the stack with a cat bar and a bar, you probably grabbed a wrench because you lost all the cat bars. The guys are down here, tighten these up to send to their stack, eh?
You betcha, yeah. So this is where some of the magic of the rig happens for sure. This is a walking beam. It's got a 3 meter clearance, allows you for wellhead clearance.
Yep.
It has the ability to be swung out while in operation so that you could walk past, swing it, and if there was something, a tree perhaps that stuck up higher. It leads into the walking feet.
Holy fuck, look at these boys.
The rig has 360 capability and full XY. So those doors you see, they're pinned. They flip up and pin open, which allows the foot to go in any direction you want it to go.
Look at this shit, guys.
It's kind of like an Optimus Prime idea.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's 48-inch stroke, 360 rotation. It is ran hydraulically from an HMI screen, and it is turned hydraulically from an HMI screen. So the driller typically stands over there by that PLC cabinet right there. That is his home base. Plugs in. We didn't want to go wireless because, well, just like our wireless microphones, you can run into some issues when you have noise, and you don't want that holding you back. So we hardline it in. Has ability to go within the sub anywhere he wants and let her go.
Awesome.
So the rig walks with obviously the VOP's hanging, a full rack of pipe, complete complement of the rig. The walker's graded for 2 million pounds.
She's a big old bitch. I like somebody wrote that the looks like a bitch to scrub. I came up on box and boxes all my career, and yes, you are right, they are a bitch to keep clean. But up in Canada with the cold winters, you will respect the box on box a lot better than you will ever respect a scissor sub. This beam here for walking is probably one of the highest beams I've seen for clearing wellheads.
Yeah, it's obviously some thought and effort was put into the design of it.
Somebody wrote shame about the wireless. Hey?
So the idea behind the box on box is it allows you so much more space. There are a lot of scissor subs out there for sure. The concept was really good when they were using a bridle line mechanism to lift them, but then once they started making them bigger and bigger and putting bigger rams in them and making them heavier and heavier, you're not getting any further ahead than you are any longer. This allows, like you said, Canada, it's cold. Winter drilling is pretty much 10 months out of the year, right? So it definitely makes things better.
Yeah, man. What do we got here? We got some.
So these two cylinders, I'll show you what they are after. Just maybe make note of the cylinders in the bottom box.
See the cylinders down here, guys? I'll get a little better view for you. So we've got two rams running here. We've got the hoses, and then there's another ram over there. Can you guys see it? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see those rams, or else I'll get a little better shot for you there. Box on box for sure. Justin Spence writes. Let's go through some of their comments while we're down in here too, Dave.
Sure.
Kobe writes in, I would love to move it. Let's get some thumbs up here, guys. I can barely see the screen right now because you guys are flying them across. Amen to the box on box comment. Jamie Zenner writes in. Oren writes, in North Dakota during the winter, the power wash will never stop in there. That is very true.
So we've taken some precautions on the rig floor to make it as spill contained as possible so that everything isn't running down into the sub. I mean, you can do things like rotary tarps and rotary catch cans to ensure that it's a zero spill area, right?
This looks, what do we got here? What are these controls for here? BOP handling, trolley.
So these are actually, so the trolley, that's where you move your trolley. You control your trolley completely, and this is if you want to manually control each foot. So you can do each foot, or you can do on an HMI screen.
Nice.
So I'll show you the trolley. Maybe let's go up to the next box, and we'll...
You guys got any more questions while we're down here before we head up to the next level? Harley writes in how many loads to move.
So it's 57 loads with a complete complement of pipe. That's 15 pipe tubs.
Wow, that's not bad at all. You guys think about it. How many loads you say?
57.
57.
Yeah, with 15 pipe tubs. That's it's a pretty tight package.
Yeah.
That's full matting, 7 loads mats.
Is it a 10K stack?
It's this one is a 5K.
Okay. Colby writes about 100 loads. You are wrong. Okay, we're gonna head upstairs. You guys have any more questions while we're down here? Let us know. So many trip hazards. It's not bad actually. I just wandered around staring at my phone there, Brody, and I didn't trip over a goddamn thing. How much? Keep in mind, guys, we just might lose your service every now and then. As we are in the substructure here.
So we're in the upper box. We made kind of a simplified festoon version umbilical for the BOP trolley.
You see that, guys, there? The BOP trolley, same kind of system we had outside.
So the BOP trolley we showed you, there's full pass-through that can go from front to back of the sub completely.
You rip all along these skids here, right?
And drives off a hydraulic gear motor. It's it's a pretty handy tool.
So we can take this folding walkway that we're standing on.
So these fold up completely, and you can go all the way to the back or all the way to the front.
Drive right down to here wherever you guys need.
The idea is that you can get offline while you're drilling surface hole. You can stump test and do any pre-planning.
That's huge. That's actually one of the things we were talking about in the Drillers Club group, was how to do offline stump testing. Well, here, boys, is the way to do it right here.
Yeah, you'd walk the BOP back. We have a stump test flange that each rig comes with, and then do a test stump. Do the whole thing.
Donald writes, are there heaters? Are the heaters a steam system or electric in here?
They are a steam system.
Up
Just in
along
the
there.
yeah, as you see the grey wrap, that's just steam heat trace the whole way.
It is hotter than a motherfucker in here, man.
The hydraulic unit is in the sub too as well. The idea behind the hydraulic unit in there is we can have one for each major component of the rig.
Here, let's not tell them what this is. Let's get them to guess what this is. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, guys, so we've seen downstairs there, we had those 2 black rams. This blew my mind the first time I seen it. I'm going to show you guys and let you guys guess in what this is. So you can see some sliders here. We've got some rams that run up to this box. We've got some kind of frame here with some hoses hooked up to it, pinned, all that good stuff. What in the world do you think this would be for you guys? Rams for the Iron Roughneck. First guess, Troy writes in. Yeah, you want to explain exactly how this one works for him there, Dave?
So the N3 handrails come out, and the pins above here. There's 4-pin system, knock out 4 pins, and you drop it in. The idea is that you drop it in, you unhook, and then drop your rams into the bottom box for a move. You don't have to handle it, then everything stays plugged in. It's a simple feature, and it stops you from having to handle a wrench. I mean, a wrench is $250,000 piece of equipment, or whatever the case may be. The less you have to fool with it. It's not stuck on top of a load. It's in a safe, secure place for move, and
Definitely.
and it's there when you get to the other side. Yeah, it's a simple concept. Works really well. It's your standpipe coming up. Obviously, we don't have a flow line in here yet.
Yep.
That would be designed when going into operation for whichever client, whatever the needs may be.
Yeah, pretty much every client has different flow lines. You may as well just let them build it, right?
Yeah, you bet. We did simple things like we numbered every handrail and built a rack so that you
Look at this, you guys.
You can put your handrail somewhere.
Ever wonder where your handrails are at? Well, you can come here and you know they're all here, eh? This is where the roughneck was hiding in this window here when we were outside.
This box right here is for drill through subs. It's probably more of a telly double mindset. You drop your drill through subs in through the rig floor and they sit in a place so you don't have to handle them. You don't have to try and lift them or carry them.
I'll try to show you guys here. So we got a big box running down here. That's where all the drill subs. So how far you just drop them down? They'll be as long as the box is? Or
So the drill throughs for the collars are as long as the box. On
Yeah.
the other side, there's a smaller box for pickup subs.
Very nice. Nice LED lighting in here too. Better grab the diaper pin. Oh, we missed a diaper pin. We'll get her on the way out there, Clint. Good call. Okay, guys, it is hot as a mofo in here, so hopefully there's no more questions in the sub and we can get back onto the scalping tank, okay? Keep in mind, we're going to save the best for the last, and that's going to be the rig floor. I don't know if she can get any better than this, guys. I'm enjoying this tour quite a bit. You guys enjoying it? If you guys get a chance, make sure you like, subscribe. Talking like a madman, and I'm losing my voice because I need some water. Might have to drink some cellar water, perhaps. But here we are on the scalping tank, right?
Right, so it's 50 cube tank.
50 cube, that's big, right?
Right, so that is 314 barrels.
314 barrels on your tank that walks with the rig.
Yeah, so it's obviously trying to fit 2 shakers onto it and then have fluid in it tends to be an issue when you undersize it. The idea is to make it big enough that the fluid levels don't jump around when you get flow coming back. Like, the bigger the space, the better. If you have a 5 cube tank, like a trip tank, that's why you make a trip tank that small, so that you can see small increments, right?
Well, exactly. I know for you guys out there that have drilled with walking rigs, and you have the scalping tanks, you know that when you fire up that transfer pump back to your complex, you always have those variations in flow. Well, that's because your tank is so small and it recognizes these simple transfers of the tank. So with the idea behind the bigger tank is that you can eliminate those variations in PVTs.
You get less frothing and less bubbling and actual volume instead of it just bouncing around and being an untrue number. So these cables are just a tighten up feature too, because of the length of the tank,
right,
and the manifold. If you get a full spectrum of how far it is, it's a pretty far pull to equalize the weight on the sub.
So you guys can see here we got the transfer tank running along this way, and then we have the manifold strung out this way. So that's why they have these big cables on here, is to hold her up because it is a longer load, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a 2-piece system that you tie together. It moves in 2 pieces, but it sits on the sub in one. So
guys, this is where it's at for innovation and design, is getting your manifold with the walking package. I don't know how many of us have done it in the past where you're out there rigging up lines in the mud under the gun, trying to get this rigged up so you can spud, and you find out shit's leaking. With everything in the same package, she's all right there, right?
And 2 hyper pools again.
These look like some nice shakers. I've never ran these kind before. Anybody run what's called hyper pool?
Hyper pool, Derek hyper pool, yes.
Anybody run those on their rigs, the hyper pools? I've seen a bad cement job, Andrew Smith writes. I've seen a bad cement job with 20 cubes going over them. That's good if you got cement to surface, right?
Yeah.
Spud is always in trouble. So we're getting close to going up to the rig. We got this fully enclosed here as well. Does it have the same kind of ventilation system, or we
So
just
it does. It has its own ventilation system that's inside the tank here. So here the scalping tanks ran off 2 PLC-driven valves,
yeah,
and 2 transfer pumps that pump back obviously as the fluid rises and lowers. Ventilation system that ties back into the same degasser and then
very
goes
nice.
off. Yeah.
What's the rig number? When was it built? Dakota writes, well, this is rig 6, Athena, right?
Yeah, rig 6 Athena, and we completed around the end of February.
She's looking good. She's looking real good. So who's all ready to go onto the rig floor and check out this bad boy? I've never seen one as laid out and nice as this. So if you guys want to go up to the rig floor, check out this doghouse. I don't even think these things exist on anything but offshore. Give us a thumbs up and let's go check this out. Citadel is letting you show all this? Yes, they are. Up to the rig floor, we will go. Let's go. A lot of stairs here.
Yeah. Big.
So I'll get you a nice overhead shot here, guys, of the whole complex and everything from up top here. Okay, here we are up on top at the rig floor height. There's our umbilical system there. There's our complex. Our roofs, I like when you have static lines on top. You guys get up there and scrub and keep her clean.
So the idea is to create a place that attracts the right type of people. Everyone knows that you can have the best equipment in the world, but if you don't have really good people, you don't have anything in the end, right? Give them what they need, give the tools they need, and get the right kind of people, and be successful through that model.
Yeah, man, this is very nice indeed, I must say. Somebody said head on up the ladder. I don't know if I really want to climb up there tonight. I might get hit by an airplane. We're close to the airport. Okay, so here we are on the rig floor. You guys see okay here? Right, so what we got? We got an air compressor separate from everything else. There we go, we got some lights. I'll get a better view from the corner here. You want to take them through and show what we got here?
Just air compressor, vacuum, hose, press, some tools.
Nice tool board out the floor here.
Fittings, another wash gun, so there's one on the sub and one on the rig floor. That way the guys don't have to share.
Nobody likes to share the wash gun except for those, especially those greedy derrick cans, right?
Some well-placed tools to allow us to get the things that we need.
I can't believe we have their own vacuum up on the rig floor. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the work gets done. At the end of the day, this is where the drilling fluid is, and this is the place that needs to be clean.
Okay, guys, here's your first shot of the rig floor. We will take you around. I'll get some better views here as we get going. This is, they've got stairs right down to the sub from here, eh?
Yeah, so just another entrance point. We wanted to make sure we had lots of ways in and out and around the rig.
We got ladders up to the A-leg pins, knock them out. When it's layover time, I take it. Holy, she's looking good up here. All the way down to the bottom there. And we're getting low on battery. 20% left, boys, so we'll take you for a quick rip here before the battery goes dead.
Drawworks, 2,000 horsepower drawworks. We put some anti-slip in the gapping.
Nice.
Keyguard it so that when you wash, it doesn't all go down there.
Yeah, because I mean, that's half the battle is keeping that shit up on the floor, right?
Right, so we have, inch and 3/8 drill line, 2,000 horsepower drawworks, man rider, 2 winches, 2 booms. All hydraulically ran from there or from remote.
Look at the view here, guys. So what do we got? Somebody was asking how many horsepower drawworks?
2,000.
2,000 horsepower drawworks.
2 1150s running it.
Look at this room here, you guys. So right here, you want to take all your shit. It goes right in here, right? These walkways.
Yeah, you put it all in there, and then the walkways fold up and create containment.
Got your I-beam up top, taking all your subs and stuff. They got the rack. I'm going to show them the tong jaws.
Absolutely.
I was walking around up here, and look what they got built here for all your tong jaws. I don't think I've seen them this organized ever. Have you guys? Built from factory, from spec, with that already incorporated. I mean, fuck, that's awesome.
So these are the doorways that I was talking about in the sub. For drill throughs, so you put your drill through subs in.
Oh yeah. All drill subs go in there. All neat, out of the way, right? Amazing looking rig, guys. Awesome setup. Ronnie writes, great idea.
Hydraulically ran
Look at
V-door.
this, guys. Hydraulically ran V-door. So where's the controls for that bad boy?
The controls right there.
Want to open up your V-door? Come here, function your handle. The door's automatically closed for you. Nobody getting in the way, falling, no belts needed. Okay, let's take a look up to Derek and see what she looks like from the floor. So what kind of top drive we've got there?
So it's Canrig 500 ton, 1250 AC. It's
She is, look at the blocks. Nice custom design there, hey?
yeah.
I like that. You guys see that? It says Citadel Drilling logo emblem on the side. Nice track up there too for your service loop. Is that what that is?
That is, yeah. That's a Gore truck. The Gore truck, not unlike a Genie, it runs along the backside of the derrick. All power cords are accessible easily. Then the track itself, the torque tube track, is integrated into the derrick.
Someone else, where's the key for the V-door?
We put some thought and energy into the layout of the floor so we could still have racking capacity, but enough room between the racking table to actually get some tools up onto the rig floor.
Yeah, awesome, right? So you're saying you got all this room to rack back pipe, but then look at all the room you got to work in when you're bringing shit up on the catwalk, right? I know you guys are trying to cram all this pipe when you're racking it back, and then when it comes time to lay down your BHA, you're all in this pinch point in the dark fucking alley and can't see anything.
Or handling rotating heads or any other.
Rotating heads, all that stuff. You just got to kind of plan how you're going to rack back your pipe so you can actually work after you're done. Okay, we don't know how much time we got left on this battery for this phone. This here is the camera. How many of these you got around the rig?
So there's 2 in the derrick, 1 on the floor, 1 at the back of the mud tanks, at the back of the catwalk, and 1 on the scalping tank at the shakers.
Look at that, boys. Look at that.
I'm just gonna go in here and shut that AC unit on.
Hey, Dave's gonna go turn off that AC. We'll take one last look here, guys. We just got the catwalk down there. She's a beaut. Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast here. I think Dave's doing an excellent job showing us around. I'd like to especially thank Citadel just in case we get cut off before this. But we're gonna go in the doghouse and we're gonna show you something amazing in here. Okay, where are we at here now, Dave?
So this is the doghouse, the brain, driller's chair.
Yeah. Yeah, see that all right? There's a few little screens around here, eh?
Yeah, so there's 4 integration screens. 2 we run our program off of. 1 is an EDR system screen, and the other one becomes the wrench and the top drive screen with your weight indicator in front of you.
Weight indicator right here, guys. Right where you need to see it. There's your floor. There's your weight indicator. People that build rigs note that. I wish they had that kind of stuff where you need to see how many guys have been trying to stare across the floor, turn your head to the right, trying to see where the weight indicator is, and that's probably one of the most important things. Then they'll have the weight indicator rigged up on the far side of the floor, the pump pressure to your right and your torque to the left, so your fucking head's rotating around like a bobblehead, if you guys know what I mean. Give me a like. This one's right in front. What else can we control from this chair?
So the chair runs the entire rig. The chair runs the PLC-driven valves on the scalping tank, runs the lights for the doghouse, AC.
Lights for
wrenches,
the doghouse?
Yeah.
AC?
The wrench, the tong, cat heads, the entire program. It can troubleshoot the rig. It can do pretty much everything.
Yeah, so you're explaining.
It runs your windshield wipers too.
Unreal.
And that's just 2 monitors for the. Here, yeah, hop in and show them your bird's eye view.
Okay, here, guys. I'm going to sit in here.
It's electric, so I'll just give it a little turn.
Okay, so here's what the driller's seeing. Right here, that's your EDR goes. What do we got on this screen here?
That's your wrench and your top drive.
Right. Right here, we got the custom monitor for the rig.
The rig program, yeah. The 2 next to the rig programs for sure.
What were you showing me here? That you could set it for half pump and full pump. Yes. So like when you make your connections.
So within the program, we've built features that allow us to give exact survey times, to hit half pump, and it'll bring up to preset pump speeds after a connection. And it uses a program, as I said. It has integration in it that stops it from blowing pop valves and pressuring up and stuff. It'll clear the pump before it does that. But just to make things more efficient, to make yourself effective.
Jasper asks, where's the seatbelt? It feels like I'm in a fighter jet plane here, guys. I'm not going to lie. There's my seat controls there. Pretty cool, hey, guys? We got our BOP controls over there. What can I run those controls? If I got to shut something in, do I have to run over there to go shut it down, or what can I do?
No, to be an API standard, you have to have a standalone system. That same system is integrated into the chair, so you can run the BOPs directly from the chair.
Amazing. What do you guys think of that? We've got the microphone to talk to the guys on the floor. We also have a company viewer screen, because who likes when the company man is staring over your shoulder? Well, he can hang out way over here away from you while you're doing your work and watch things here. Fuck of an idea, I must say. Right here, what goes here, Dave?
So on the knowledge box, we mount our EDR, our second EDR screen. There is an EDR screen tied into the chair, but this is, Derek Man's got to put in my checks and do his due diligence. He comes up here and does his part.
Amazing. We got a nice view up here to the top windows as well. I'm digging it.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
It's a nice piece of equipment.
The one thing I noticed about this tour, the first time, the second time, and now the third time, is just how easy it would be to work on this thing. I think the guys that have built these rigs have really thought about what it's like to be a rig hand and what it's like to actually have to go through the work.
So the rigs were built. Our group is based around rig people. My CEO was my driller, my ex-rig manager. My VP was my field superintendent. I mean, they've all worked on rigs and spent plenty of time. So there was a lot of time, energy put into the thought of every inch of the rig.
I'm going to go to this landing here and show these guys.
Yeah.
So we want us to open up an electrical box, but we're running out of battery here, guys. So, okay, this is up on the doghouse level where we're talking about, what'd you call this again here?
That's the cable closet.
Cable closet. So this here, trying not to drop my phone, runs from the umbilical up to here, right? So you take the picker, crane, whatever, hook it up to here, all these pins.
You bet. Yeah. There's.
Hook these pins up. Here's your short run for the cables to tie right into the doghouse.
You bet.
Super simple. Here's the board camera hooked up so we can see the view of the board. I don't know if it is or not.
I don't have it powered up right now. Nope.
Well, guys, lose my voice here, and I need to get a drink of water or some beer. I think it is Friday night. I'd really like to thank Dave and the people at Citadel for giving us this tour, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I'd like to thank you guys all for checking out and staying online. I think this is the most viewers we've had online, and that's because this was an awesome tour. So if anybody has any questions, we'll try to eat up a few more minutes of the battery here, but I think we're getting close to running out of battery on the phone. Guys, just thanks for the tour. Get climbing. I don't have my belt, so I'm not doing that there, Cody. No, special thanks, guys, to everyone that was involved in this tour and making it happen. I hope you guys have a good Friday night. And stay tuned to Drillers Club as we have a lot more podcasts and good videos. And it's all because of you out there. And hopefully everyone stays busy and gets back to work. So have a good Friday night. Thanks, Dave, again.
Yeah, thanks for coming. It was good.
And we'll see you guys again.